Hey guys, Dean here again with Team Debaru, and in today's video I'm going to be showing you guys how to make $100 a day using Maxbounty and Facebook advertising. If you'd like to see some more videos like this or see some other great information just like this on CPA marketing, affiliate marketing, be sure to sign up for the AFK forum by using the link in the description below. It's a free community, lots of great information being shared there, over 1,000 active members there sharing a lot of information, as well as some of the coaches as well. So if you haven't already, be sure to sign up. Again, it's in the link in the description below. And with that being said, let's go ahead and get started. Alright guys, let's go ahead and get started. This is going to be Maxbounty's home screen here, their main dashboard. So once you get accepted to Maxbounty, this is what it's going to look like once you actually get into the dashboard and you go over here to the left and start searching for campaigns. I've already kind of broke down the campaigns a little bit here just to get us started. For one, I broke it down to sweepstake ads here. I'm going to be looking for some sweepstake ads to be running here with our Facebook advertising. And I'm going to use another country specifically. I'm going to detail for Australia, just because I like running offers in Australia. Typically, the United States is a lot harder to run offers in, so I like to run other offers outside of the United States. So I chose Australia for this one. And let's just scroll down and see what kind of offers they have here. So you can see they have quite a bit of sweepstake offers for us to look at here. And it looks like they got a Starbucks, Virgin Atlantic. Looks like we got some good payouts over here. I think the one that we're going to do for today is going to be this $1,000 Virgin Australia voucher. Basically $1,000 for traveling. Let's click on it so we can take a look at it here. So right off the bat, win $1,000 Virgin Australia voucher. Shows a little landing page preview. Basically it's a one-page submit for a chance to win $1,000 voucher. Single opt-in, Australia 18 plus. And it pays $2.80 per lead. So this is going to be the one that we're going to be running here. We're going to want to build a landing page for this, as well as build some story ads, because we are going to be running this as a Instagram story ad for our Facebook traffic source. So we'll want to create some images here for that. But first things first, let's go ahead and get the landing page set up. So I've got ClickFunnels right here. Let's go ahead. This is going to be our ClickFunnels template. You can find this in the Facebook group. It's pretty basic here. It's just going to be a two-question quiz. The first one being, where did you find this offer? As you can see, it's Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, others. And the next question is going to be, where are you from? So I'm going to make sure that I come in here. I want to make sure that I have Australia. Looks like I do, so I have United States, United Kingdom, New Zealand, and Australia. So this is all set up and ready to go for that. The only other thing I'm going to want to do in here now is I want to set up my outcome. So once the traffic has gone through my two-question quiz here, it's going to eventually get them over to the lander. And that's going to be where I am going to be asking for them to fill out the single opt-in. And that's where I'll hopefully get my conversion. So I'm going to come over here. I'm going to edit this. These are all good to go. I'm going to go up here and click on Outcomes. Default outcome action, and then right here is where you're going to put in your custom redirect. So you're going to put in your affiliate code here. So let's go back over to Maxbounty. We're going to build a tracking link. We're going to do social since it's social traffic, and I'm just looking for the raw link. I'm not going to set up any sub IDs. You can right here if you need to. For now, I'm just going to copy the link. And I'm just going to paste it in here and then come over here and save. Alright, so it looks like that's saved, ready to go. The next thing that we're going to do here is set up our landing page, make it look a lot more trustworthy and flow a lot better to the actual lander. So we're going to change this because it's not a $150 gift card, it's going to be $1,000 Virgin Australia flight voucher. And we'll just do something like that. And now what I want to do is I want to set up and get a background here. So we want to make sure that the background kind of matches the lander here, make it either go with the landing page, either maybe a red theme or maybe some kind of plane or clouds or something. I think for now what we're going to do is just set up the background as a plain red background. Ooh. I'm going to go over here to images still. I like using these ones. And I'm just going to use, I think, this one. See how it looks. And that's not too bad. Let's go up here. I want to add an element so that way we can add an image up at the top. And kind of tie in something actual Virgin Atlantic here. So let's actually move this to the very top. We're going to click on it so we can add an image. Come over here to image and hit this one more time. And I have some Virgin Atlantic ones I believe in here from a previous time I actually ran this offer on a different network, I believe. Let's see if they're still in here. It might have been on a different one. So let's go over here. We can do this together. So we're just going to go to Google and we're going to type in Virgin Atlantic. Oh wait, actually it's Australia. And I'm going to type in PNG because I want a transparent logo image background. Let's see, so we've got a couple here. I don't want something too big. Let's see. So we'll download a couple. That way we can test them out. And let's see this one. So we got a couple here. Let's go back over to ClickFunnels. And need to upload them real quick. Give it a couple moments. And let's try this one first. And yeah, I thought this one would be a little too big. So, or actually, let me just, yeah, it doesn't really look that good. Let's change it. And let's edit this. Move me real quick. And all I did there was just change the background from transparent to white, so that way it kind of blended in a little bit. You could get another PNG one, maybe something like this. The one I downloaded up here didn't actually end up being a PNG. So for now, we'll just leave that like that. I do want to change this a little bit, add a little bit of a space in here so it's not hugging it. And let's change this text, bold text, to red so it kind of ties in a little better. And so that's that. So really the only other thing that we're going to want to do here, guys, is you're going to want to change the privacy policy, terms and conditions, all of this good stuff down here at the bottom. You're going to want to hyperlink them to the actual information on the lander itself. So you would just pull up the actual lander. We can try and do it here. I don't know if it will because I live in the United States. Oh, it works. Perfect. So at the bottom, you can see terms and conditions, all that good stuff. You're just going to want to go to those links and then hyperlink them onto your actual funnel down here. So that way that's updated. And if you're wondering why I'm looking at this in the mobile view, it's because I'm only going to be running this on Instagram story ads. So even now it doesn't look too bad. I'm not going to really pay attention to this because all of the traffic I'm sending is going to be mobile traffic. So this is how they're actually going to see the lander here. Pretty straightforward. The only other thing we're going to want to do is change our SEO metadata up here. That way it ties it in a little better. So let me just copy this. And we're going to go over here to settings, SEO metadata, and we're going to copy and paste this in here and in here. And one other thing I like to do is change the social image. And that just changes the image if in case you do pop up on Google. It's not going to show something random. It'll still show, for instance, Virgin Australia. So that's in there now. That's good to go. You can see up here it's updated as well. So I'm going to go ahead and hit save. All right, so that's good to go. The only other thing you're going to want to do at this point is you're going to want to add your Facebook pixel into this so that way Facebook can optimize all the traffic that it's sending to you, take in all that data, and find out what's going to be best for you. So let's go and add our pixel onto here. So we'll go back to our main page here of ClickFunnels, right here for the funnel. We're going to go to the settings over here in the top right. And then down here on the body tracking, not all the way down, just a little, we are going to add our Facebook pixel. So this is where you would add your Facebook pixel so that way Facebook can optimize all the data that it's sending you and start sending you better traffic. You're going to want to make sure you do this. And then at the very bottom, guys, right here, you're going to want to save and update. So that way it updates for you and it actually puts the pixel in. Some people forget to do this at the bottom. They think it automatically is going to save. So make sure you click save and update. And once you do that, now your funnel's all set up. So we're good to go here. The only thing that we're going to do now is we're actually going to go over to Canva, which we use to create our Instagram story ads. And we're going to create a couple images here together. I'm going to show you how I find some of my images and how I put them together. And then we're going to go over to the next phase and start building out some of our campaigns. So let's go over to Canva. And this here is basically our template for Instagram story ads. If you haven't already seen this, you can see some of our previous videos on YouTube, and you can see how we built out these. I'll also give you a brief tutorial on how we built this out as well before we get started. But first, let's go ahead and find some images that'll be working good for us here. And let's go over to Google once more. We already have this PNG. We also have some other PNGs. So let's take a look at maybe some Virgin Australia pictures and see maybe if we can take some plane photos or what kind of angles we could take a look at for this. So let's see. I'm just going to open up a couple of them here. That might be good. I like to download a whole lot of images when I do this, just because a lot of them aren't going to work. Some of them are going to work good. And you don't really know until you try. Something you might think is going to work great might not work out at all. So you want to download a couple of them here. That way you can really try them out. Maybe some of it in the actual sky. Another thing you can do is maybe find some of the inside of the plane. Or let's see what else we can do. Virgin voucher. Let's see what pops up when we do Virgin voucher. So it looks like just some Virgin, maybe something with this. Not too much with that. Let's see. Maybe flight voucher. Let's see what pops up with that. So these just look like generic flight vouchers. Let's see. Plane passenger, maybe. So we can maybe take some photos of being a plane passenger, going on a plane, maybe not something like this. Obviously, you want something that's catchy, looks good. maybe something business-like this. Maybe this guy's going on vacation. Another thing you can do is maybe type in some vacation stuff, because even though this is specifically for a flight voucher, people can use this flight voucher on vacation. So you don't necessarily have to target it specifically for Virgin. You could angle it maybe for, hey, win a trip, win $1,000 voucher to go on a trip, things like that. So we can try some things maybe with this image, maybe something like this. I don't really like to use stock photos too much, so we'll just try that one. Let's see. And then maybe something like, this one would be cool, but it doesn't necessarily have a Virgin plane in the background. It's got this KLM plane, so that wouldn't really work too good. We'll leave that one alone, but I'll download these ones. And we'll keep that. Same with this. And let's see here, do something like that. And I don't think that's necessarily inside of a Virgin plane, but we'll keep that. And these plane images should work really well. And let's see. This one's not too bad right here. And let's see. All right, so we collected quite a bit of images here. Let's go back over to Canva and let's throw a couple things together and see if we can make it look pretty good, make it look like a nice ad that people will want to click through. So let's clear out all this so we can kind of work better. Right over here on Canva, and let's get started. All right, guys, so here we are back in Canva. Let's go ahead and upload some of these images here. As you can see, I already have some from before that I scrolled through and found that I was using. So we'll use a couple of these too, but I wanted to use all of them. So let's add all of them here. Actually, that's not gonna work. All of these. Give it a couple moments. Just adding them here. But while that's doing that, let me show you guys how I actually have this template set up so that way you guys will understand. It's just going to be a brief run through. If you want something a little deeper on our templates, you can check our YouTube and see how we create our Instagram story ads in a little bit more depth. But first things first, let's just take a look at this. So the first element that it's going to have me pull off here is going to be our text element here. So you can see this text image here. You can grab it over here by clicking text and adding a heading, but let me move that out of the way. As you can see, I can move it back and forth. I'm just going to place it up here for now. The next part of this template is just a rectangle. It's a black rectangle, as you can see, nothing too fancy. That's it, just a bar. You can find that bar by coming over here in Elements, and then once it loads up here, you can scroll down and you can see shapes. So you can see all the different shapes. You can just choose one of these ones here and kind of tweak it into a rectangle, and that'll be ready to go for that. The only other thing after that will be a circle. So again, you'll just take the circle from the shapes over here and use it, but you're only going to use a corner of it. You're not going to use the whole entire circle. So what you'll do is you'll just click here and drag it down into kind of the edge here, to where you think it looks good. So for now, I'll just put it right there. I'm going to drag this rectangle back down and kind of overlap it so it looks like it's one, like that. And then I'll just bring my text and place it on top. And that's it. That's the Instagram story ad template. This is a template you're going to want to use whenever you do Instagram story ads on Facebook. It's a tried and tested template that tons of marketers use, tons of people in the group use. It's been tested numerous times Thousands of dollars have been made through this. It's definitely something you're going to want to use. But now that since all our images are loaded, let's go back over here to uploads and let's start getting some images made. So one thing I want to do is maybe do some images with the plane. So we'll do something, let's see, maybe add a little plane. It's a little too big. See if we can tweak it a little bit, maybe add version. Maybe not that image. Let's see, how about this one? So you could do something maybe like this, Virgin Atlantic. You're gonna obviously change, swipe up and win a flight voucher, $1,000 flight voucher. Let's add that. Dollar flight voucher, just like that. And then what we can do to kind of break it up is add an element here. I like to add pattern breaks so that way it kind of draws attention to my image here. So I'll go back over to elements and I'll choose this little border and I'll just drag it over. And then just want to match up all the borders. Make sure you match them up all the way. If you don't, you'll be able to see it in the Instagram story ad. We don't want that. And let's just choose maybe a red one for now. So we could do something like that. Let's see if I have some PNGs to maybe fill in the top up here and kind of tie some stuff together. Let's see. I know I had the one from earlier. Let's see, maybe this. So you could do something like that, maybe bring it all the way across. And then let's bring it to the back. So you could do something like that. Swipe up and win a $1,000 flight voucher. You want to test multiple images, guys. So even though like this would be one image, you'd want to make it, I usually like to make at least 20 images because I like to do a lot of testing on my images and find a real winner. But you're going to want to make at least 6. And I say that because Facebook actually lets you add 6 images at once with no extra cost. So it's not going to cost you another daily budget for each image. It's just going to be the same daily budget. And then Facebook is going to do all the work for you. It's going to take a look at all the traffic that it sent for you, and it's going to compare which ones have gained the most traffic from it, and it's going to start basically prioritizing those images compared to your other ones and let you know which one's going to be the winner. When that usually happens, what I like to do is I take a look at that image and I like to see how I can maybe tweak the image or make it better, maybe take that angle and kind of run with it, make a bunch of images kind of just like that and see which one's going to be the best. So this would be one image. I've already downloaded it. Let me go ahead and delete some of this so that way we can create another one. All right, so let's start making another one here. Let's see what other images I have. So I got some more plain images. I got some card images. Those are American Airlines. And I got some vacation ones. Let's try maybe some travel ones. I like to do, let's see, not that one. Let's try this one. And let's get rid of this. So that doesn't look too bad. Let's see what else we can add. Maybe some logos. Scale it down. Let's see what else we got. And you're just basically going to want to play around and just tweak things. Like if you see something that you like and you want to keep it, just kind of, keep playing around with it. I don't really like that, so I'll take that one out. I see I have another one here. I think this one will actually work a lot better. So I'll move it up here, kind of center it. Maybe make it a little bigger. And actually, I'm going to make it a little smaller because I don't want the edges to be cut off, because I will put a pattern break on here too. So let's go over here. And line it up again. That was not good. And let's see. See if I can choose a little different color. So you can maybe do something like this too. Let me try and move that plane a little bit. Move it up. And that's that. So that could be another image here. This one's more taking the angle of someone traveling. The first one we did was the actual plane. So this is just another angle you can do. Like I said, you're going to want to make at least 6 images. At least. I usually like to make at least 20, but 6 to start off with, so that way you can really test out the different angles. You can really start testing out the image. Don't make the same image over and over again. All 6 times. Really test out different angles so that way you can see how your audience reacts to the images. But for now, we'll just leave that as that. Let me just download this. And now what we'll do is we'll go ahead and go over to our Facebook's Ads Manager, and we'll go ahead and start setting up our campaign from start. So we'll go over to Ads Manager. This is just an Ads Manager for an account that I use for testing purposes, just for making videos, things like that. I don't have any campaigns in here running right now, so let's go ahead and get one set up. We went ahead and hit Create Campaign, and now we're going to choose Traffic. And we'll scroll down. This is going to be a traffic campaign for Maxbounty, because that is the offer that we're running. And then I like to put Virgin as well, so that way I know what offer it actually is. So we'll leave that for now, and we'll go over here to the actual targeting of our ad. And again, the actual ad did say that it was 18 plus, so we'll keep that up here as 18 plus. I like to go ahead and start off right off the bat by split testing my genders, both male and female. So we'll go ahead and start off with female on this one, and we'll scroll down. This one right now, it currently says United States. I'm going to go ahead and change that to Australia, since our offer is in Australia. And we'll leave that. 18 plus, and then again, I'm going to go to female, women, and I'm going to choose language as English. I want to do that because I want to make sure that the only people seeing this offer are English speakers, so that way they actually can read my offer, fill out the offer, all that good stuff. When it comes down here to detailed targeting, this is really what you think that is going to find you the winners. So you could do a couple different things with this. You could do a broad testing where you could test out and test, just the whole Australia, the whole 8 million or so people, and really test it out that way. You could also break it down by detailed targeting. So we could type in Virgin Australia, or maybe Virgin. They do have Virgin Australia, so we could add Virgin Australia in here and maybe test it off on that. It's going to break it down to something a little more reasonable, maybe 990,000. And you could test that interest out and go one by one. So we'll leave that for now. But what you would want to also do, you're not going to want to just run one interest. You want to do one at a time, but you also want to test out multiple multiple ad sets with different interests, so that way you can see which interest is performing better. So for example, you would do Virgin and Australia on this one, Maybe the next one you do, you could do maybe a competitor, maybe United Airlines. You could also do maybe something about vacations or maybe flout vouchers, different things like that that you can think that would tie in with your actual offer, and really start testing out the different things. And that's how you're going to find a real winner, and that's how you're going to really make $100 a day doing this. Is after you start testing, you can scale your winners and really start making some serious cash. So for now, we'll leave it for Virgin Australia because we do want to do one at a time. So again, I have 18 plus women, have it set for English, and I have it set for Virgin Australia as my detailed targeting. So what we'll do now is we'll scroll down. We're going to start editing the placement because again, we only want to run Instagram story ads. We don't want Facebook to do automatic placements and start putting our ads in all over their network in places we don't necessarily want them. So we'll hit edit placements. We'll scroll down to devices here. We'll check off desktop. Make sure you do this first because if you don't do this, you will have to start all the way back over and come back and do it anyway. We're going to click up here and we're going to turn off all of these options in the feeds because we don't want any ads being played in the feeds. We only want story ads that you can see here. But we actually are going to turn some of these off as well. We want Messenger stories off as well as Facebook stories, and we only want Instagram stories showing. Then we're going to turn off in-article as well as apps and sites. And we'll leave the this alone for now. And what I like to do, because this is outside of the United States, and typically outside of the United States, link clicks does not do better. You want to actually do landing page views. So we'll change it to landing page views. And let's see. The payout was $280. All right. So we want to set up our daily budget now so that way it knows how much to spend. The offer is $280. I'm just going to round it up and say it's $3 for just for easiness for right now. So our daily budget would be about $9 a day for this offer. And basically what happens is we're going to run this offer for 3 days. If we get more than 3 conversions a day for 3 days, and after the 3 days, then basically you can scale it. That one's going to be a winner. You can optimize it a little bit and scale it up. If you aren't making money after the 3 days, or if you're breaking even after the 3 days, you're just going to want to kill the campaign. Maybe you can, if you really think that you have a good offer here, you can maybe try out some other interests. If not, I would recommend just moving on to a different offer and starting over and trying out the new testing with that new offer. But we'll leave it at $9 for now. As you can see, it did change some of our interests over here as well, our reach and things. So we're going to go ahead and hit continue. And we're going to scroll down. And right here you would choose the Facebook page to basically promote the offer, or if you have an Instagram page, you can do that as well. You don't need to have an Instagram page if you don't want to. It can run off of your Facebook page, so you will at least need to have a Facebook page for this to work. If you're not sure what to create, you can create maybe something niche related to the offer. So for this one, this would maybe be, you can maybe create like a travel page because this is for a flight voucher. If it's for something like a pet thing, you can maybe create like a pet page. Or you could create maybe like a general page that kind of does everything. So it's really up to you on what you want to do with that. But we're going to scroll down. We're not going to do carousel. We're going to keep it on single image or video. And right here, this is where we're going to add our images. So we would just click. As you can see, once again, like I told you earlier, you can create up to 6 ads with unique images at no additional cost. So once again, Facebook is going to do all the work for you. If you put 6 images in here, it's going to run traffic to all 6 of the images or impressions for them to be basically go to your landing page. And whichever ones get the most click and the most interaction, those are going to be the ones that they're going to start basically preferencing and showing over your other images. So after a few days, you can see which images are the winners, which ones aren't the winners. You can kind of turn the ones off since they're doing you no good. And you can maybe create some new images for the ones that are working. But let's go ahead and add an image in here. Let's see where I put it. Downloads maybe. Oh, here it is. So I'm just going to add one for now, but like I said, guys, make sure you add at least 6. Take advantage of that. It's definitely worth it. You're not going to want to miss out on that. I mean, take advantage of it if Facebook's going to do it for free. So for some reason lately, it's been taking a little bit to upload the image. So I'm going to go ahead and while that's waiting, I'm going to scroll down and we're going to fill out some of the rest of this stuff like this website URL. So this is the URL that you're going to want to put in for people to go to your landing page. So this is going to be the ClickFunnels URL that we set up earlier. So let's go ahead and go over to ClickFunnels and get that URL. Let's exit out of here. We're going to just go back to the main ClickFunnels page for the offer. And we're just going to copy it. And back over to the Ads Manager. As you can see, our image is already loaded here. So it gives you a little preview of it so you can kind of see if you like it. This is where you can see if the black shows up on the corners. And let's put this in here. It's going to think for a minute and make sure that your pixel is actually set up. I showed you guys earlier where to set up your pixel. So if your pixel is set up, it'll pretty much let you keep going. Not going to give you any errors. You can scroll down. You can make sure your pixel is turned on, or you can turn it off here. So we'll make sure it's turned on. The green dot here shows that it is active, it is working, it's set up correctly, and you're good to go. And we'll go ahead and hit confirm. Give it a couple seconds, and now it's going to publish and start putting your ad in review. So basically at this point, you're just going to be waiting for Facebook to go through your ad, make sure it applies to their Facebook ad policies. And it's going to be in review for probably 30 minutes, maybe a few hours if your account is new. But no worries, guys. Once it goes through the review process, it'll get set up. You'll see that it's active. And you'll start seeing some of these impressions and cost per results. All those good information start loading up in here. And you can start testing out those offers. So this is going to be the first one here. First campaign here, you can see we set it up. It's 18 plus female. I didn't edit it because I was going to do broad, but give me a second. We did do detailed targeting, so I want to write that in here to also update myself to know that I put in Virgin Atlantic, or Virgin Australia, sorry. And that way I know what targeting I did. So you can see that I put that in here. If I wanted to create another target or another ad to target something else, I would just hit create and do the next thing. Maybe target US 18 plus male with Virgin Atlantic with the same detailed targeting so I can compare the two. And then maybe try some different interests, or maybe try broad. You want to do a lot of testing, try a lot of different ad sets, because that's how you're going to find your winners in this. That's how you're going to be able to scale, and that's how you're going to see which ones to kill. So with that being said, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys have learned a lot. If you haven't already, once again, make sure you sign up for the AFK forum by using the link in the description below. And with that being said, guys, catch you.
Are you struggling with your affiliate marketing business or want to take things to the next level? Allow me to introduce you to Dijs University. Dijs University is the #1 affiliate marketing training platform in the world. Whether you're a beginner or an advanced affiliate marketer, Dijs University offers you thousands of different videos with topics such as Facebook, volume, adplexity, and many more of your favorite topics. Step by step, you will learn the secret super affiliate ways to get the most out of each traffic source. Dominate each vertical with our detailed quick start guides. Are you ready to get started? Click the link in the description to sign up today.